Welcome to this week's edition of the Empathic Designer podcast. I'm your host Vaidishwaran. As I was writing the script for this episode on decoding the subject matter experts, I realized the importance of making this episode as comprehensive as possible for you. And that's why I'm converting this into a two-part series. In this first episode, I'll share my views on how learning designers perceive subject matter experts and list some of their characteristics. I'll then touch upon some tips for managing our subject matter experts. The second part will contain additional tips and some pointers on managing subject matter experts when things really don't go your way. So, let's get started. Irrespective of whether you're relatively new to instructional design or a seasoned consultant, working with a subject matter expert always gives us the chills. Over the years, I've had my fair share of some fantastic subject matter experts and some really difficult ones. Building a good relationship with the subject matter expert is one of the critical factors toward the success of a learning initiative. In this episode, I'll be sharing some of my thoughts and tips in navigating through projects with your subject matter experts as a partner and building a great relationship with them. So, how do we typically look at subject matter experts? In our eyes, subject matter experts are very well respected folks in their organizations and are considered very smart, which they are. More often than not, this great package is also loaded with a big ego, which in most cases is well justified. They are typically quite difficult to please and are known to set very high standards and expectations from us, their learning partners. Let us now look at some typical subject matter expert characteristics. They are the experts who might seem a bit intimidating to us due to their technical knowledge, expertise, and constant use of jargon. They are very busy and are quite quick to judge us. Subject matter experts are visionaries who really decide on the direction of learning for their organization but might not know how to articulate this to us. When it comes to content, they are extremely territorial. They might not be forthcoming to share and welcome changes to it. Some subject matter experts take the outcome of the learning initiative personally and are hence very protective of what occurs. So, do subject matter experts know that they are all like this? Well, the answer is yes and no. When they do, they realize the importance of good instructional design and value their learning partner in creating great learning experiences. They might also blame you and your deliverables when they don't meet their high expectations. Subject matter experts are proud of their work. I once had an instance in one of my projects where a subject matter expert tagged me on his post on LinkedIn about creating a new sales program for his organization. When subject matter experts are unaware of this, they often don't realize the consequences of their action and might not be open to collaborating with their learning partners. After all, we are not the experts in the subject area, and they can't imagine a world where we can partner with them on their learning initiatives. Another common pitfall is where subject matter experts provide us with a lot of content but no real context to go along with it. They assume that people can understand things the way they do, the normal way. From a project perspective, they see changes in direction as necessary improvement, not out of scope or avoidable work. So, how do we work with our subject matter experts? The first step is to empathize. Place yourself in their ecosystem. It is important to do research on the subject matter area. This will help us to learn their terminology and speak their language. While subject matter experts know that you're not really an expert, they will appreciate your interest and efforts toward partnering with them with their learning needs. It is important to leverage on their expertise and be open about it. We all know why we are at the table, and let's get down to business. This is also a good point to fall back on your team and leverage on their experience and expertise in working with your subject matter experts. You might have folks on your team who might have worked with this particular subject matter expert or in the same subject area. Seeking help from your project managers or the lead designer might also help in negotiating with subject matter experts when it comes to the context, content, and even the timelines. I'll talk to you again next week on the second part of decoding subject matter experts. Thank you for tuning into this week's edition of the Empathic Designer podcast. If you like what you heard, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also hit the bell icon for getting updates from my channel. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, please leave a message on the comment section below and I'll be glad to respond. Thank you and have a great day.